Yesterday, members of the Northern Alliance held an elective conference, electing a new president and a new executive. But the leadership that has been ousted alleged the conference was illegitimate, stating that proper processes were not followed.
One, was it by a majority vote of the Federal Working Committee? No, that did not happen. Two, by a majority vote of the FEC? That did not happen. Three, by a petition of 1,000 NA members in good standing? That did not happen. So therefore it stands to reason that that couldn't have been a Congress. You don't even have to take it to court to prove it.
Niekerk also alleges that the petition was not signed by 1,000 members, disputing allegations that her new leadership has taken over.
They sent us a copy of it. It's part of the papers that they filed at the time. And I think we've got a copy of it somewhere. You can have a look at it yourselves. And you'll find that there's only 945 signatures on there. But, so first of all, they're falling short of with 55. But I don't want to be too pedantic about 55. 945 sounds like you're close to 1,000. But then we also found out that probably, if I can give you a good estimate, 80% of those people are not members of this party. They're not members in good standing, and that's why under point 3, when I read out the media statement, I think you all have a copy of the media statement. It says there, by a petition of 1,000 NA members in good standing. So that's the other part. Then there are also forged signatures and duplicate signatures as well.
Meanwhile, Yapi Jansen, who was elected as party leader at the conference, is adamant that the meeting was legitimate and that due processes were followed. He also refutes claims that signatures on the petition were forged.
Mr. Niekerk is not a handwriting expert to say which signatures are forged. Secondly, Mr. Niekerk disregarded those poor members of him that when they took out membership, they made crosses. But now, when they want to claim their right by making crosses, he disputed their right to make a cross to say that they want a Congress. But be it as it may, there were almost 1,300 valid signatures on the petition. We did dismiss then the crosses and the signatures where people struggled to write their names. Our people were not properly schooled. They struggled to they can't sign. They print their names. Mr. Niekerk also disputed those signatures. We took those out, the crosses and the printed names, and still there were far more than 1,000 signatures of members of the Northern Alliance.
Political analysts say the allegations into fraudulent signatures are a serious matter that will impact the direction of the party.
It's confirmed by both sides, at least, that it should be 1,000 members, and as we understand, the side that constituted the conference say they met that threshold. But another thing is, who then organizes the events leading up to the conference? Who organizes the conference? And I wasn't able to see the Northern Alliance constitution on this matter. But it seems, based on Gary van Niekerk's own media statement, that it ought to be the sitting executive that actually organizes that conference. And that's where the legal ambiguities start and the potential for this conference to be challenged in court.
The Northern Alliance also announced plans to change its name to National Alliance in order to contest next year's national elections. Lerato Fekisi, SABC News, Gqeberha.